most of us think coming up with that one big idea for a business is the tough part, but many entrepreneurs will tell you that getting the return business can be equally difficult. Career and business coach Lisa Moyles is back with us with some ideas on how to generate more business without spending a fortune. She is also offering our viewers, this is a great opportunity, and we're going to tell you more about it in a moment. You get the opportunity for a one-on-one coaching session with Lisa, which is terrific. Good to have you back in the program.
Thanks, great to be here.
All right, you talk to scads of small businesses. This is one of their biggest concerns, trying to get the repeat business, isn't it?
It is absolutely. Really, the key is trying to make an effective, inexpensive way of getting your name out there and getting people coming back to you time after time.
And it's tough for them because oftentimes they're competing against big businesses with big budgets, including advertising.
Particularly marketing budgets, right? And they're spending millions of dollars, and you know, the small entrepreneurs trying to get out there. And it's funny you say that. I just returned from the Global Action Conference in Dublin, and we had the opportunity to hear J. Conrad Levinson. He wrote the book called Guerrilla Marketing, and it's all focused on the small business, and it's just what you're saying. The bigger businesses have huge marketing budgets. How does a small business use their, smaller dollar, but keep their name in the public and keep people coming back to them?
And you say one of the most important things to do, and we hear this over and over again, I do on this show, and that's networking.
Networking is huge.
What should small businesses, what kind of networking are you talking about?
Well, it kind of depends on the business, and honestly it depends on the entrepreneur. Some business owners are very detailed, figure, your typical kind of computer consulting kind of business owner, right? Most business owners go into business from what they knew best, right? So how does someone who's a little more reserved, not so outgoing and friendly, network? And I think the key is, just like in anything, it's kind of what you make yourself do, or that's, coaching, what I push my clients to do.
Sure.
But you really got to get out there. The Chamber of Commerce is a great way. They do what they call a business after hours. Get out there, meet people. And it's not about how many people you meet as much as getting that one contact and doing proper follow through. You could go to a networking event, and if you are more reserved, the people who love people, they'll get out there, they'll come home with 20 business cards. Their problem is they don't do the proper follow through. Okay, the person who's a little more reserved probably is going to be better at that because they have that attention to detail. But really, it's not about how many business cards you give out, it's how many you take in, and then what you do with it when you get home.
And maintaining those relationships.
Absolutely. So the best thing within a day or two of meeting someone is to pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, I really enjoyed meeting you at the X event the other day. Would it be possible for us to grab a cup of coffee? Or send them a little handwritten note. Or there's a company, you send cards. You can actually go on in your own handwriting, create a card, and send it to them, and they print it out with a real stamp on it, and it's just a really nice way of letting people know you're thinking about them.
You also say hold seminars. Now this is interesting because I think, let's say for example, you're a small manufacturing company and you manufacture, let's say, sprockets. I mean, you think, why does anybody want to know about sprockets other than other people that make them?
Right.
I mean, is this something that's only applicable to certain businesses, holding seminars?
I think that any of the strategies, and I told you I'd refer to Brad Sugar's book. Brad founded the Action Coach Business Coaching. In here, he's got over 300 strategies, one of which would be a seminar. The seminar for someone in my type of business is brilliant because I can teach so many things in a nice 2-hour slot. The guy who's making the sprockets, probably not the best for him to do a seminar, but what he can do is that kind of focused attention on potential clients. And so what he wants to do is to get that one-on-one face time with his potential prospects and use more of a seminar type format, but face-to-face.
You talked about guerrilla marketing. I would imagine that the internet is such a valuable tool for the entrepreneurs.
And so underutilized.
Yeah.
And the big mistake and many people, small business owners, make is they'll create a website and then that's the end of it. So they spend all their money creating, and making different pages, and then that's it. Well, that's not the end. And in fact, your marketing budget for a website should be about a third in creation and the remainder in maintaining it. Okay? One of the keys for an effective website is, how do people contact you? Have them sign up for a newsletter, have them sign up for a free consultation. Any way that you can collect data, even if it's just contact information, so that you can send out an email newsletter or
you get a database developed,
right?
as a result of that.
Exactly. You want to develop your database, so you got to have something like that on there. Of course, you got to maintain that, right? You also need to constantly change your information. If you just put the same thing on there and, people come back, it's like, whatever, blah, blah.
Really sexy websites out there that,
Right.
have everything going on.
Right.
All right, you mentioned one-on-one consultation, and this is the opportunity for folks at home that if one of our viewers calls you
Yep.
and is a small business person,
Yep.
You can meet with them. You'll come to them and meet with them one-on-one for free, no questions asked.
No questions asked.
And you'll get a free consultation, and Lisa will tell you what she thinks about where you stand with your business. Now, you can either contact her directly by calling 203-683-0500 or go to news12.com, click on features, and then 12 on the money, and then we'll have that telephone number there as well. So it's a terrific opportunity for
Well, I'm
folks.
happy to do it. There's many small business owners in the state of Connecticut that could use, some time with a coach and just talk about what's going on in their business, and they're guaranteed to come away with something they can put into place right away.
That's great. Always good to have you on the program.
Thanks, Becky. Great to see you.
And coming up, saving a few bucks in your back-to-school shopping. Connecticut takes it tax-free. We'll tell you for how long and for how much when we come back.